On April 21st, 1966, three members of the Mattachine Society, an influential and early gay activist group, organized a sit-in that stopped into Julius Bar. Today, we're actually going to talk to one of those three men, Dick Leitsch, inside.
The sit-in took place 52 years ago, and it was one of the earliest pre-Stonewall public actions for LGBT rights in the city, if not the country. So it was a really important moment where activists such as Dick came together with the Mattachine Society, which was a pre-Stonewall gay political organization for mostly gay men, and said it's really discriminatory that the state liquor authority has a policy that if you are openly gay, if you say I'm a homosexual, they could say we can't serve you because by default you would be considered disorderly. So it was a really important message to send to the public.
You couldn't have a demonstration thing, a big demonstration, because a liquor bar has to be well behaviored. We came in, and three of us did, and said, we're gay people, and the guy said, I'm sorry we can't serve you, homosexual. It wasn't planned or anything, it just happened. He said, I'm sorry we can't serve you. And clapped, they took the photograph.
What was genius about Dick's action was that he had the New York Post, the Village Voice, and the New York Times trailing him with the Village Voice photographer, Fred McDowell, that has captured that iconic photograph. So it's a really important public action and really shows that resistance worked. Besides being like unable to drink in bars, they would set you up where a police officer wearing sort of like an attractive police officer would come in what would be typically like a gay outfit, like a cashmere sweater or something like that, and stand and basically start cruising you. And basically if you proposition them, boom, you could be arrested and hauled off and create a miserable, existence for your job, life, family, and so forth. So he really worked to end police entrapment as well.
What happened after the sit-in here?
We went to the liquor authority, and they lied. They closed bars after bar after bar after bar. But they said, we never said it's against the law to serve homosexuals.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, they denied that there was a policy. It was a policy, not a law. So they said, look, there's no policy. But what they did after the publicity was say, okay, there was the New York City Human Rights Commission, and Dick was working with this guy, William Booth, who was the first African-American person in that position. And they said, look, we're going to look into this. And basically it helped pave the way for legal gay bars. But obviously things were happening because mafia still ran bars, such as Stonewall, and everybody knows what happened at Stonewall. But it was a really important way to lessen sort of discrimination at the level of the bar. And what Dick's talked about in the past was how important gay bars were as places of socializing, political organizing, and just community interaction. They were the only places in town that you could sort of let your hair down and be gay in a public space and not go cruising in elsewhere. So they were really important places. If you didn't have bars and people like Dick organizing and politicizing kind of awareness about LGBT rights, you wouldn't have had Stonewall. All those efforts led up to that watershed moment that, was a key turning point in gay rights. But I think the work that we're doing documenting LGBT spaces throughout New York really wants to show that there was a rich LGBT history pre-Stonewall that paved the way for that activism that really we're benefiting from today.
Do you have any memories from back in the day?
So many of them. This bar was open all the time, and it was a neighborhood. It wasn't totally gay. It wasn't totally straight. It was a neighborhood sort of place, and they served wonderful cheeseburgers. Had a good place to drink and hang out and stuff like that. It was a great neighborhood, wonderful building.
But if you look around, Julius's is like, whether it's a gay bar or not, it's historic and really important to New York City history. This place hasn't changed the interior since probably the early 30s. I mean, the barrel I'm sitting on has been here for, almost 100 years.
Really?
Oh, yeah. It's been a bar way back into the 19th century. Mm-hmm. So when you walk in here, you're really walking into an authentic experience that does not really exist elsewhere in New York City, with the exception of a few bars. And as a gay bar, it's the longest running gay bar in New York City at this period of time.
Did you meet any lovers here? Did you have any boyfriends, any husbands, any...
I would imagine one or two, maybe.